Recently, I've made a video defending the sniper class in Team Fortress 2. Since it's become so fashionable to come out there and make YouTube videos about how snipers are bad and how sniper is TF2's worst class, etc., and how quickscoping is overpowered. And, since it is a very fashionable thing, I thought I would throw in my 2 cents and say that no, we shouldn't destroy a 17-year-old game's core class design to appease terrible players and e-celebs. And somehow, this is the single most controversial take I've had on the channel so far. I guess since I got a lot of pushback, a lot of dislikes, that must mean that I am wrong. That must mean that I must take the message, right? I gotta cut my losses and just pack it in and say, you know what? Yeah, we should destroy this game's core gameplay balance to appease terrible players because, just that's the trendy thing to say now. Oh, but no, that's not what I think. In fact, all of the stupid comments that I've gotten, I have never been more certain in my life that I am 100% correct. See, the one thing I don't understand is that there's some people out there who like my previous videos who are now like drawing a line and say, wow, this ain't it, chief. Regabel el. Like this time you're wrong. How? How is this different? How is this a different situation than Jungle Inferno, for instance? Like me saying that the ambassador shouldn't have been nerfed, you agreed there. The Sandman shouldn't have been nerfed, you agreed there. Jungle Inferno was a fucking disgrace. Meet Your Match was a fucking disgrace. And destroying this game and destroying its fucking foundation and its identity to appeal to fucking e-celebs, comp cooks, and Reddit crybabies who want to remove all the fun things from it. You agreed with me before, but this time it's somehow different. Can someone actually explain, what's the difference here? Logically, I am perfectly consistent in my views. I don't want to destroy this fucking game. I don't want to remove fun things from it. I don't want to remove skill from it to appeal to fucking idiots who don't even like the game. This is perfectly consistent and perfectly in line with what I've been saying for fucking time and time again. So yeah, one of my main points in the video was that changing Team Fortress 2's fundamental core class design that is 17 years old in the year 2024, I found that to be a little problematic. I think that is not a good idea, And I didn't even think I needed to elaborate on that. I thought, that's a self-explaining point. But apparently some people have issue with that. Some people disagree. Some people think that I need to explain. Yeah, I say that. Just saying changing fundamentals is bad. You don't explain why. I didn't explain why. Yeah, that's right. I didn't explain why. I thought this truth was self-evident. If a game survives 17 fucking years, a multiplayer shooter, do you know how insane that is? Do you know how absolutely nuts that achievement is? For a game like TF2 to still be this active after 17 years. And my point is that it's not because of fucking hats or some other bullshit like that. TF2 has survived all of this time because it was, and to some extent it still is, the most fun first-person shooter you can play in a multiplayer setting. It is like nothing this good has come out since. That's why. And TF2's fundamental class balance, changing it after 17 years because of e-celebs crying and because of shitters dick riding those e-celebs and trying to get a class that they don't like nerfed. I think that is insanity. All you have to do is look at TF2 historically. When TF2 has tried to appeal to e-celebs and to crybabies, we've already seen how that ends with Meet Your Match and Jungle Inferno. You don't want a small nerf, like someone saying, "Oh, we just want a slightly reworked sniper, just slightly nerf." I've had enough of your fucking slight nerfs. I've seen what happens to the Sandman. I've seen what happens to the Ambi. I've seen what happens to the fucking gloves of running urgently, the base jumper, etc. I don't need to fucking see again where this is going. And once again, I have to hammer this point home. This isn't a fucking unlock that is now fashionable to shit on. No, 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 no. This is a class. This is one of 9 classes in Team Fortress 2 that is going to be destroyed if these idiots have their way. What? What do you mean the 17-year-old game could have problems? What? Impossible. See, what this guy's trying to do is he's trying to paint me as if I'm saying that TF2 doesn't have any issues. Yes, TF2 has massive problems. Out of those said problems, none of them are related to TF2's fundamental core class design. And if you're actually going to sit there and you're going to contest this fact, and you're going to say that people who use third-party software to literally break the game and make it play itself, if you're going to say that's a balancing issue and not a fucking anti-cheat issue, do me a favor and kill yourself. Sincerely. Most of the issues plaguing this game are either a direct result of Meet Your Match and Jungle Inferno, or they're a spillover from those updates. Enough damage has been done to this game for the sake of appeasing people who don't even like it and want to turn it into something that it's not. We've seen that with Meet Your Match. We've seen that with Jungle Inferno. Okay? How many unlocks have been destroyed in this game? How many side grade playstyles have been destroyed in this game to appease people who don't even like the game? Right? We have seen how that road ends. And this isn't a fucking unlock. This is an entire class. And the class balance of TF2 is this game's foundation. It is the single most important part of the game. And it's the one thing that still hasn't been raped. Right? It's the reason why the game has survived all this time, despite all of this utter bullshit. Because the fundamental class design of this game is so good, and the gameplay of it is so engaging, that it has managed to last such an insane amount of time for a multiplayer shooter. Right? And if Valve once again tries to appeal to people who don't even like the game, and the last pillar holding this game up, the class design, that gets destroyed, all for the sake of, once again, another eCeleb bandwagon, right? Then the game is truly and finally dead, right? Because at that point, it has fully compromised its identity to please people who don't even like it and to punish those that do. I said it once, and I'll say it again. TF2's class design was not an accident. It was built to stand the test of time, and it did, right? Good game design does not become outdated. It cannot become obsolete. And if it works, it fucking works. And TF2 has worked. With Sniper as an integral and necessary part of the game since release almost 2 decades ago, right? It has worked for almost 2 decades, and it can work for 2 decades more. But of course, I'm just bullshitting. I'm just overreacting and I'm over-exaggerating because there have been massive class balance changes before, according to this guy right here. And then he starts off the list by saying one of these massive balance changes that he knows about is the demo's launcher went from 6 shots to 4. Okay, so right off the bat, you are just blatantly being a dishonest fucking piece of shit by pulling up shit that happened literally before the game even fucking released. That's like me saying that the Scout not having a syringe gun is a massive balance change that, massively impacted Team Fortress 2 when it happened before the game even fucking released and it was removed in the beta. You are a fucking idiot. Why are you trying to actually equate something that happened before the game's release to a change that you want to enact 17 years later? Tell me how this is equivalent and how you aren't a fucking idiot at all. Please, I'm very curious. Do I really gotta sit here and explain the difference to this fucking moron? The difference between doing big changes and big nerfs to class balance in the beta while the game is still in development and it hasn't even been fucking released yet, and then doing massive class balance changes after 17 years to a class that has been virtually untouched all of this time. Do I really gotta spell out the difference for you, kid? Because I hope I don't. I hope I made it sufficiently clear that you're bullshitting to everyone with a fucking brain right off the bat. And his other examples of massive class balance changes are Pyro getting air blast and Engineer getting building hauling. To that I say, yeah, absolutely. Those are massive balance changes. And do you know what the difference is from those balance changes to you wanting to nerf a fucking class 17 years after the fucking release of the game? These changes are not nerfs. They weren't put into the game to gimp or destroy a class. These were changes put into the game a few years after release, like with the Pyro update, like with the Engineer update, literally updates named after the classes by the original TF2 dev team, giving those classes something extra that they can do, extra functionality. You are not trying to put an extra functionality into the game when you're joining the fucking Nerf Sniper bandwagon, are you? Right? You're not putting something new and fun into the game that makes the class better. No, you want to fucking destroy a class. You want to turn it into a fucking joke. You are not trying to add in something new. If you want to give the scout's bat the ability to hit back rockets back at the enemy, hey, I'm down for that. Hell yeah, that sounds awesome. But that's not what's happening over here, is it? This isn't what the topic of discussion is. We are not talking about adding new things into the classes that they can do. We are talking about taking a class that is good and that has been untouched for over a decade, and we are talking about now, for some magical reason, because of an eCeleb bandwagon, now we're going to take this class and we're going to turn it into a joke. That is not the same discussion, right? You are not here to put something new into the game. You are not here to make a class better. You are here to turn a class that's good into shit because you personally don't like it, you personally can't play it, and you personally can't deal with it because you're a little fucking scrub-ass bitch. The difference is very fucking obvious, isn't it? Oh, I said that Sniper is integral to TF2's game design. And, that claim is completely unfounded, and it's just, I pulled it out of my ass. There's nothing to support that. And this guy shuts me down. Because on his side, he has no shortage of anecdotes. Yeah, no shortage of anecdotes. I'm sure there's no shortage of people on the internet that have told you that they fucked your mom. Well, kid, I gotta tell you, I'm one of those people. And in my case, it's actually 100% true. I did fuck your mom. In fact, I knocked up the bitch at a gas station bathroom. Few months later, I get called into the hospital, and the doc tells to me, sir, are you aware, regretfully, we have to inform you that your child is going to be completely mentally retarded, and he's going to have a walnut-shaped brain in his left kneecap. And he's going to have extra 7 chromosomes, and he is going to grow up to go into YouTube comment sections to parrot eCelebs and Redditors about unfounded bullshit statements that have no proof or evidence to support them, to try to pretend that a class that you like in your favorite class-based shooter needs to be nerfed. That's what's going to happen. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? What do we do? We got to abort this little fuck. She says, no, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in that. I said, oh shit, this is too fucked up for me. Then I went in to get a fucking Snapple, to get my nerves, to get my blood pressure lower, and I just didn't come back. And thankfully, seeing your comments, son, RG the second. Hey, guess who's RG the first? I made the right choice. Thank you for vindicating my decision. Because if I actually had to sit there and raise you, I would have ended up in a family annihilation case. How's that for an anecdote, kiddo? I say that Sniper's integral to TF2's game design, and of course I didn't provide any proof because I'm so dumb. And you have anecdotes on your side. You have Reddit and eCeleb anecdotes. where some guy that I know talked to this other guy, and he said that this guy that works at Valve, his uncle, didn't like Sniper. So that's why Sniper should be nerfed. Okay. Yeah, I believe your retarded anecdotes. I totally believe them 100%. There's no reason for me not to believe them. Because when I say that Sniper is integral to TF2's game design, I don't have anecdotes to support that. I only have almost 20 years of the game's entire fucking history to support that. But you have anecdotes that someone in development apparently didn't like Sniper. Well, that's very interesting, because when the original development team that was making this game, when they made this game and when they designed this game, and for the years that they were developing this game, they somehow didn't touch Sniper, even though apparently, according to your anecdotes, they all just wanted to destroy the class because it was just too fucking good. Of course. Why would I think that my logic is better than yours? Why? You have anecdotes. I only have actions. I only have this game's entire history to support my claim that the people who made this game liked Sniper and they thought it was a well-designed class. But I'm an idiot because you have anecdotes. Stick them up your fucking ass. But hey guys, it's okay. Because they don't want to nerf Sniper. They just want to nerf the Quickscope. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't want to nerf Scout. I just want to nerf the meat shot. I don't want to nerf Soldier. I just want to nerf splash damage on rockets. I don't want to nerf Demo. I just want to nerf sticky spam. You know, like that's the equivalent of what you fucking people are saying. But okay, let's address this. See, the Quickscope is bad because it just is, okay? The Quickscope is bad because it's a Quickscope that lets you quickly scope in, get a headshot, and do 150 damage. And that is very problematic. Because look, you just do too much damage too fast. It just lets you kill people. It lets you kill people fast. You know, apparently, I wasn't aware of this until I met these geniuses in my comment section. Apparently, burst damage in Team Fortress 2 is a very unique thing. Sniper is like the only class in the game that has burst damage with the Quickscope. Nobody else can do damage fast in this game. Right? You know, here's me playing Soldier. How much damage was that? How long did that take? Burst damage is insane for Sniper only, guys. No other class in TF2 can do damage fast. I don't know how much damage that was. I can't tell you. But I'm pretty sure it was a little bit more than 150. And of course, like, I have to emphasize the point that 150 damage as Sniper, you have to actually aim well. You actually know how to play the game. As Soldier, I'm literally just raping the fucking ground. And how much damage is that? How much damage is that? I don't know. Pretty sure it's a little bit more than 150, though. Why is this not a problem? Why? Because it just isn't, okay? It's only a problem when it's Sniper. Here's me playing Demo Man.
Need some help here. How's that doing no harm working out for you then?
Oh my god, 0.2 seconds for 150 damage is insane. How many seconds was that? I killed a quarter of their team. I'm not even I don't even know what I'm shooting at. And, hey. I think that was a little bit more than 150 damage. I don't know, man. You can kill 5 people in 10 seconds using the Quickscope. Yeah, that's a very rare thing in TF2. That is an impossible thing to achieve. To kill 5 people in 10 seconds. You know what the difference is between a Sniper player killing 5 people with Quickscopes and a heavy player killing 5 people? The Sniper actually needs to be very good at the game. The Sniper had to actually aim his shots, be deliberate and careful with them to maximize his Quickscope, the tool that he has in his arsenal. You know, he had to be a very good player. The heavy just had to hold down his mouse, you know? And I'm not crying about the heavy. By no means. I'm not crying about any class being able to kill people in Team Fortress 2 effectively, because that's why the game is fun. Like, every class in this game has a capacity to be fucking lethal. That is not a problem, and that is not something unique to the sniper because of the fucking quickscope, okay? Please stop bullshitting. Yes, people die in TF2 when you shoot them. That's how it works. It's a first-person shooter. If you have a fucking problem with that, go play Overwatch, please. Now, of course, quickscopes are bad because they let the sniper insta-kill, even at short range. Yes, yes, they do let the sniper insta-kill at short range, and that's a good thing. It's good that the sniper, if he has mastered a shot that is incredibly difficult to hit, has a tool that he can use at short range to protect himself. That's good. And here's the rub, and this is obvious to everyone that actually knows how to play sniper. Even with that tool, and even with the skill to use it, the sniper doesn't become an incredible, untouchable god at short range, because quickscopes at close range are best used to punish predictable or otherwise bad players. Against any player that actually knows how to play, that has good movement and aim, that shot becomes impossible to hit consistently. And I really do mean impossible. You know, this is obvious to everyone that actually plays the class. And this is maybe genuinely forgotten by the plebs who want to destroy the quickscope. They look at its theoretical potential, and then they base their entire argument on that. But because they don't actually play the class, and they sure as shit don't play it well, they don't understand the practical limitations of it. Hitting that shot on a scout that is jumping and strafing and shooting at you and stuttering your scope due to the damage that you're taking, hitting that shot takes massive finesse. And if that shot does connect, the sniper fucking earned it. And you were absolutely outplayed if you got hit by it. Once again, it's not possible to hit that shot consistently on good players. If you're getting quickscope consistently at close range, you are a bad player. And if you have a problem with quickscoping, for the love of God, go play Overwatch instead of trying to destroy the sniper class after 17 fucking years. The quickscope was in TF2 since release. And despite some clowns denying it and saying otherwise, people did know how to aim, even back then. Here's some footage from 2008. The player base was perfectly aware of quickscoping at release. Valve was perfectly aware of quickscoping. If it was an actual, obvious, balance-breaking issue, game-breaking problem, right? As it's fashionable to pretend that it is today, it would have been addressed. And somehow, back then, it wasn't a problem. For years, it wasn't a problem. For most of the game's history, it wasn't a problem. It only became problematic for some magical reason somewhere around the year 2020. And no, god-tier snipers aren't more prevalent now than they were, say, 10 years ago. As I've said before, the TF2's player-based skill is lower than ever. And this is my theory on why everyone's a fucking scrub these days, right? So, Zoomers are watching TikTok all day. And I think it's the 5G Chinese fucking brain chemicals inside the app, right? It's turning the Zoomers retarded, and they have problems with basic problem solving. So for them to kill a sniper in TF2 becomes like an actual impossible task. So yeah, you know? This comment is mind-boggling.
Showing footage of you spawn camping on Sawmill for your part on anti-sniper propaganda is better anti-sniper propaganda footage than the majority of TF2 YouTubers can come up with.
121 people sat down, read that retarded-ass comment, and they were like, you know what? That's a good comment. I like that comment. What a zinger. He really got him with that one. Like, No, but really, like, what are you trying to insinuate with this comment? Oh my god, he's spawn camping! He's spawn camping on King of the Hill! Oh, this must be an issue unique to Sniper. No one else in Team Fortress 2. There is not a single other class in any other situation that could possibly spawn camp. This is anti-sniper propaganda because this proves that sniper is the only class that can spawn camp. It is something unique to the class, right? Right? You complete fucking troglodyte? Seriously? Okay. Here. Let me show you some anti-soldier, scout, pyro, medic, engineer. Just, I guess, anti-team propaganda in general, right? Here, have some anti-pyro propaganda. Anti-demo propaganda? I got 8 minutes of that shit. Oh man, spawn camping. Only Sniper can spawn camp. Like, come on. Seriously, 121 people. The mind boggles. I guess the difference with that Sniper spot is that it's just completely uncounterable and there's just nothing you can do. Oh. Well, that doesn't count because I'm bad and I can't do it. So if I can't do it, that means there's no actual counter, you know?
I love how this guy's example of movement options being used to counter Sniper is on this small map with a huge skybox. LOL! You can't pull that on any payload or attack defend map where there's at least one engineer or multiple teammates. Happens every single game because you'll get gunned down in 3 seconds.
Right, let's start with the fact that this guy has a problem with me using footage of me countering snipers on Harvest as a problem. Like, that's a problem for him. That I'm countering snipers on Harvest doesn't prove anything. So I guess the implication in this comment is that Sniper is just not good on Harvest. Harvest is not a good sniper map. 30 people sat down and they liked that comment. Really. I mean, okay. Okay, I guess I have to explain to you fucking idiots that I used Harvest very deliberately in the video. You know? Like, half of the video is me on Harvest playing Sniper and kicking absolute ass. And then in the counterplay section, when I show myself taking snipers out, I use Harvest and other good sniper maps as deliberate examples of me showing that even on maps where Sniper is very effective, there is plenty of counterplay if you actually know how to play the game and if you're actually better than the sniper you're fighting against. I'm not even going to contest the fucking fact that Harvest is a fantastic sniper map because only a complete psychopath would deny that. You are fucking idiotic. You are a moron. But I guess I'm just a lying fucko since I used maps that are obviously terrible for Sniper to prove a point about how you can counter snipers. I should have used payload and attack defend maps because that's where Sniper truly shines. You can never kill snipers using movement options, like rocket jumping on payload. That's just not a thing. His words, not mine. Because you'll get gunned down in 3 seconds and there's going to be a sentry and multiple teammates. Yeah, guys, you can't kill snipers on payload maps. It's just not possible. And this next part is very funny. He, unsurprisingly, since he is a fucking idiot, also tells me that the Wrangler is not counterplay the Sniper in any way, which is, what can you say to a moron like this? He accidentally says something almost smart when trying to argue against the Wrangler. He says that the Wrangler is bad because when you're using the Wrangler to shoot at people from across the map, you're focusing on someone on a very long range, your field of view is impacted, man, and now you're vulnerable to being flanked and shot by others. Ooh, really? That's interesting. Really, kid, aiming at someone from across the map and having a limited field of view because of it actually makes you very susceptible to being killed by other players flanking you? That's interesting. Makes me think, though. Could Sniper possibly suffer from the same drawback? No. That's only a problem with the Wrangler. The sniper, no. No. My favorite Esalep told me that sniper's overpowered and he doesn't have any counters. No, you can't just. Oh, congratulations, retard. You played yourself. Okay. The YouTube comments section is full of fucking dumbasses, right? I think we can all agree on that. You know, like that's not a mystery. But this is dumb. Like this might actually be the single most retarded fucking thing I have read in the YouTube comment section, which deserves an award of some sort. Seriously. Okay. Playing against Sniper is like playing a turn-based RPG against a boss that one-shots you and always attacks first. You can only win if he misses. 100% of the outcome is in his hands, and 0% is in yours, even if he dies. What? What? Even if he dies? Even if he dies? There's nothing you can dude. And the best part is this fucking moron is like a recurring character. He keeps popping up in the comment section saying the same retarded shit over and over again. Mr. Trolloncillo, the one and only, my favorite retard. Wow, look at his retard. He is so retarded. How is it possible? You know, we're reaching levels of cope that shouldn't even be possible. Just take a look at this shit right now. Okay, so this guy tells him that if you have good movement and you know how to play the game and you move well, you move erratically, and you know what you're doing, you can, to a large extent, dodge hit scan. You can become harder to hit if you have good movement. You know, something that is just should be completely and utterly uncontroversial, obvious to everyone involved. And this kid, he actually doubles down and says, no, there is no such thing as dodging. There is no such thing as good movement in TF2.
That is only the sniper missing. If a soldier shoots at you, there are a million things you can do about it. If a sniper shoots at you, there is 0 player agency in your hands, and the sniper wins.
Really, look at that. There is 0 player agency in your hands. There is literally nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing. Like, that is amazing to me, that he is willing to come out and say that shit so blatantly and think that it's not obvious to everyone involved that he's a dog shit fucking player. Just blatantly admitting that, no, there's no such thing as good movement. There's nothing you can do against a good sniper because, just like, it doesn't matter if you're just walking in a straight line or sticky jumping at Mach 10. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're using flanks and you have good game sense and your timing, irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. You could just be walking in a straight line to the sniper and there is not going to be any functional difference, according to this absolute gaming god. Sniper functions like a playable boss. He one-shots you at melee range too. He functions like a playable boss. Yes. And of course, there's absolutely 0 player agency. If a sniper is on the enemy team, just don't play the game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do, no matter what, you lose. You know what this reminds me of? This rhetoric? When these kids say, there's literally nothing I can do. There's 0 player agency. The sniper has 100% control over the fight. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, like, Elliot Rodger, of, like, looksmaxing forums, incels and shit. You know how they say, like, Chad has been blessed with his superior genetics, and we're all heckin' ugly motherfuckers, and we there's nothing we could do to get laid. It's the same shit with these kids in TF2. The Chad sniper just has superior wrist genetics that allow him to, like, instantly headshot you, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, and there's nothing in the game that we poor non-sniper incels, there's nothing we can do. We just lose no matter what we do. We can't get better. We can't learn how to play the game. We can't learn how to flank, learn how to play spy, learn how to play scout. There's nothing we can do. Rocket jumping doesn't help. Sticky jumping doesn't help. Flanking isn't a thing. That's a cope. That's a cope. You're coping. Stay in this bucket. Do not try to improve. Do not try to say that there's something that I can do, that I can actually improve and get better. No. My favorite Isalep told me there's nothing I can do. So goddamn it, there's nothing I can do. We're just gonna jerk each other off and say that it's not our fault. No, it's not our fault that we're terrible at this game. It's the game's fault. It's Sniper's fault. And it's Chad's fault. And it's God's fault for not giving us like negative canful tilt or whatever the fuck they say. And, it's over. Just take the black pill, stay in the bucket, and cry like a bitch. It's learned helplessness. That's what it is. And it's very fucking sad. And just for contrast, I want to show you this comment. This guy doesn't wallow in his own fucking misery and say that it's everyone else's fault except his and that there's nothing he can do. No, he says, I can find a way to jump the sniper. I can find a way to get to him. Even though I'm a guy that uses the rocket jumper and the beggar's bazooka as his main weapons of choice, I don't have a problem with sniper because A, I appreciate the level of skill that it takes to actually be good at sniper, and B, I understand that there's always something I can do. I understand that I have control over the match. I have control over the matchup, and I can get to the sniper and I can take him out. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm fighting an RPG boss and there's nothing I can do. Compare these two comments. Which guy would you rather have on your team, right? Which one do you think is a better player? It's fucking obvious, right? You've heard what no pussy does to a motherfucker, and now you know what no skill does to a motherfucker. It's basically the exact same mindset that these sad fucks have. There's nothing I can do. And hey, what do you know? The guy who repeats over and over again that there's nothing he can do actually wills it into reality because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because people who aren't pathetic crybaby bitches who cry about everything they can't deal with, they actually say that, yeah, my skill matters, I can improve at this game, I can learn to deal with this situation, and I can get better. What do you know? They actually do get better at the game, and they actually have way more fun with the game. Now, I really want to hammer home the point that I'm making, that the TF2 player base is worse than ever skill-wise, and that the people who want to nerf Sniper are the biggest shitters you can imagine. Take a look at this guy. He accuses me of cherry-picking clips. That took a dozen tries where the demo was either headshot before jumping, got called by his other team, or fell victim to Girardi Bushwhacker. I should not have to go through these low success hoops because someone is standing somewhere doing nothing. Yeah, I cut out all the clips on Harvest when I was jumping as demo from spawn to the other side of the map, because somehow the enemy sniper on the other side of the map is going to shoot through 5 houses into my spawn while I'm setting up the sticky jump. It's like, this is funny. This shitter just can't help but expose himself as a complete dog shit ass player. Like, no, you're not supposed to set up the sticky jump in full view of the sniper, lil bro. I show you specifically time and time again of me setting up the sticky jump in a place where the sniper can't even fucking see. Because to me, that's just common sense. That's just obvious, But of course, this comment section is it's like a view into the mind of a fucking complete and total scrub. It's valuable in some sense. It's scientifically valuable. You get to understand how a true fucking scrub shitter thinks. And I thank you for that, man. But hey, how about instead of pretending that you know how to play the game, you just nicely ask for, can you please make videos on how to play TF2? Like, if you want tutorial videos, like, just ask, bro. Just ask. I know you need them. It's very obvious that you need them. Just say it. Just say it, bro. I'll make them for you. And of course, this bitch is crying about the Girardi Bushwhacker. Like, seriously? Like, what else are you gonna fucking cry about? Are you gonna complain about the Razorback being overpowered, dude? Like, Girardi Bushwhacker. Seriously, dude. You know, like, I think I can count on one hand the amount of times I died to that combo in the past fucking year. Because, quite simply, it doesn't work consistently against good players. It only works against dogshit players. Hey, guess what that means, son? Hey, Scrub Boy, these are only so-called low success hoops to you because you're a fucking dogshit player that doesn't actually know how to play the game. See, the reason why the counterplay that I showed to you in the video works for me consistently and it doesn't work for you is because I actually know how to play this game and you don't. I'm actually good at video games, and you're a fat fucking retard who can't aim, who doesn't have any movement, who doesn't have any game sense, and you're completely fucking shit. You know? That's the reason why these clips look cherry-picked. I could cherry-pick 1,000 of those clips a day if I wanted to. And you have trouble killing a sniper once. Not because the sniper is overpowered, but because you are underpowered. Unfortunately, little bitch boy, you fucking suck. I know, this is very hard to accept, but that's just how it is. And, you know, I've already told you, either get good, deal with it, or keep crying like a bitch. Well, I know which one you're gonna choose, you fucking loser. Hey, douchebag! Maybe it's time to accept, and I know it's going to be very hard, but it's time to accept that multiplayer, skill-based FPS games are a little too hard for you, okay? So stick to something more your speed, like Super Mario Brothers, and go play with your little princess, and get the fuck out of here.
To preface this, you make some good points, but they're so buried under multiple layers of logical fallacies that it's impossible to take this seriously. It's as though you've never done a
College essay before and threw the whole book
at Filmora.
What? Trial edition?
Summarize. Stop treating every single person who slanders Sniper as the entire criticism anti-Sniper groups are making, or even as something worth acknowledging in some cases.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I probably shouldn't even acknowledge your retarded comment right now. But hey, what can you do? You know, when the opposition make themselves look like the biggest clowns possible, how could I possibly not use that to prove my point? You know? Never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. Sun Tzu said that, and I think he knows a little bit more about college essays than you do, pal, because he invented them. Alright, so to preface my response to your shit comment, let me just say, anyone who brings up logical fallacies in internet arguments is a massive fucking tool. Please, for the love of God, shut the fuck up. This isn't your high school debate club, kid. You're not impressing anyone. The fact because you're name dropping fucking that's an ad hominem. That's a slippery slope fallacy. Kid, shut the fuck up. No, really, fuck off. The only fallacy I recognize is the fallacy. That is morons bringing up logical fallacies to pretend like they're epic debaters online are fucking idiots, and nothing they say has any fucking merit. Shut your mouth. Alright, Mr. MD here, moron dumbass, is bringing some serious academic intellectualism, much needed, to the YouTube comment section. Very, very high level argumentation here. First of all, he says, Sniper isn't fun to fight because he just isn't. Okay, that's very good. That's a good argument. I'm floored right off the bat. And then he says, look at this shit right here. Every counter is dependent on the sniper playing worse than you. Yeah. This guy has a problem with that. Like, he has a problem with the fact that you need to be a good player to defeat a good sniper. Whoopsie fucking daisy. Oh my god, what a tragedy. You mean I can't just be a shitter and automatically win because I picked the correct character? Oh, no, that's how it works in Overwatch, so that's how it should work in TF2. Am I right, you fucking pleb? Am I right or am I right? Go fuck yourself, kiddo. You know what this fucking genius says next? He says, this academic, this internet Reddit PhD legend comes out and says that Sniper doesn't have skill that is transferable across games in the first-person shooter genre. And Medic is a more iconic class in first-person shooters than Sniper. What do you even say to that? What can you even say when you read this fucking psychobabble, bro? This man should be institutionalized. You what? Huh? No. I think this is what happens when you play MOBA shooters and you start thinking that, like, healing characters are more integral to first-person shooters than fucking snipers. This is what happens when you play Overwatch and Paladins and shit. And you think, yeah, those games are iconic first-person shooters. Yeah. Healing is more integral to FPS games than fucking sniping. Please just don't ever communicate with the civilized world ever again, you stupid fuck.
It's no fault to you that you like Sniper and feel the class you've invested time into is being violated.
Oh, believe you me, kiddo. Believe you fucking me. I know it's no fault of mine. I know perfectly well that it's not my fault. That a bunch of fucking losers are trying to destroy my fucking game and are trying to reform and destroy its core gameplay balance because they're a bunch of fucking shitters that can't get good. Believe you me, I know it's not my fault that I'm upset about morons like you. I know. You don't need to tell me. You don't. Trust me. And this is the fucking kicker right here. This is the most infuriating shit I've read so far. Listen to this shit. Sniper is going to eventually get nerfed. The question is if you want to actually participate in the community so it doesn't compromise the balance between, say, Sniper and heavies, or if you want to remain stagnant. Because if Sniper mains continue to shut down any argument against the class, they're not going to be given a compromise. They're not even going to be able to offer the insight necessary to make good changes in the first place. Listen to this fucking piece of shit. Listen to this animal. This fucking smug little cocksucking piece of shit. So proud. So cocksure. He's already popping the fucking victory champagne. He's just certain. Sniper's gonna get nerfed because he just hecking is, okay? No, first of all, probably no. That is very unlikely to actually happen. And but just listen to this smug piece of shit. You know, just the arrogance of this subhuman actually makes my blood boil. I've read some retarded comments in my time in the YouTube comment section over decades, you know? But this is the first time I've actually wanted to fucking end someone's entire bloodline after reading a comment. You are a smug, dishonest, pseudo-intellectual little fucking piece of shit. Do me a fucking favor, kid. Do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Do your parents a favor. Do everyone on this fucking planet a favor. And stop wasting oxygen. Stop. Breathe in. Don't breathe again. Okay? Don't fucking inhale another spore of my precious oxygen, you fucking waste of space pleb. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. No, but he makes a really good point. You know, I was like, oh, we need to find a compromise. See, with shitters who want to destroy entire playstyles in the game, you can find compromise with these people, right? Historically, that's been the case, right? You want compromise? How's this? I wanted to stun a Natasha heavy, but I compromised. I got the single worst weapon in the game instead. I wanted for the ambassador to be a good weapon, but I compromised, and I got a fucking pea shooter instead. See where I'm going? Yeah, we know how these small nerfs and these little reworks operate by now. We have a fucking history to look back on. All we have to do is look at Jungle Inferno. Oh, the Ambassador got a small nerf. The base jumper got a little rework. Yeah, we know all about that already. You ain't bullshitting anyone, kid. See, this kid right here says that people don't complain about good soldiers because soldiers balanced, and people complain about good snipers because sniper is unbalanced. And to that I say, no. No. People don't complain about soldier, not because he's a worse class, but because it's not a fashionable trend. To be more specific, there absolutely are people who bitch about Soldier, because for every class in Team Fortress 2, there is a group of scrubs that fucking cry about it. It's just that saying Sniper is a bad class, like, that is trendy right now. Like, that's literally it. There's an alternate universe out there in which the trendy class to hate on is Soldier, is Scout, is Engineer, is Medic, etc. Because it's very easy to think up of some pseud argument on why X class is bad game design, you know? Instead of long range bad, some Reddit game design expert could tell you that sentry nests are bad, could tell you that medics are bad, because they slow down the game, they make it less fun, they're too oppressive, whatever, you know? But really though, why is it a problem if I pub stomp as Sniper, but when I pub stomp as Soldier, it's completely fine? Why is a good Scout shutting down a server completely fine, but a good Sniper doing it suddenly becomes problematic? Yeah, I don't know. You need a philosopher to explain this level of cognitive dissonance, man. You have a guy get destroyed by every class in the game, shrug his shoulders, and say whatever. But as soon as he gets headshot by a sniper, he starts crying the blues and waxing on about bad game design. My favorite E-celeb said that quickscopes are bad and that long range is bad. You know? Instead of quickscoping being a problem, it could be sticky spamming that's supposedly too good, too oppressive. Making up bullshit arguments about why something that you personally don't like needs to be destroyed isn't something new. And again, it's always been a thing. And people saying that this class is OP has always been a thing. It was moronic in every case before, and it's still moronic today. Except, as I've said already, now we have the most organized case of this bullshit happening in the game's history. Far as I'm concerned, this is like 9/11. TF2's 9/11 is Meet Your Match, which started the bot crisis objectively, right? That's where the problem began. And in the Senate right now, we have a bunch of self-interested, lying hyenas who are concocting a bunch of nonsensical propaganda about why we shouldn't invade Iraq, because, they're going to benefit from it personally. As far as I'm concerned, I ain't falling for it again. I said it once, I'll say it again. The fact that TF2 has survived all this time with its core gameplay balance for 17 years it speaks for itself. It speaks to the quality of the class design by itself, And any change, any flavor of the month fucking change to undermine over a decade and a half of the game's history, because now we just know better, is complete and total fucking bullshit, okay? Sniper does not have any fucking WMDs in his backyard, and the quickscope is not yellow cake or some shit. You are falling for literal propaganda. It is bullshit. Once again, I restate my point. Anti-sniper sentiment is a very recent trend, an artificial invention that came out of someone's ass. 10 years ago, someone convinced Valve that the sticky bomb launcher was the problem. Instead of quickscoping, it was sticky spam. That was just the biggest issue of the day. But thankfully, back then, there was still someone with a brain working on the game. So that change was reverted swiftly, and Demo wasn't turned into a clown because someone was butthurt. TF2's class design has stood the test of time, and no Reddit E-celeb hype train on why a specific class is actually horrible game design and needs to be nerfed has the game's interests at heart. It's self-serving nonsense that exists to undermine the very foundation of the game. And another thing, the TF2 player base and the TF2 fan base or whatever the fuck. No, they're not the same thing. I think we all know that more people out there watch TF2 YouTube videos for some reason rather than actually playing the game. Like, that's a thing. I don't know why, but that's a thing. The people who actually enjoy playing this game and the people who actually like Team Fortress 2 more than they like crying on Reddit about outdated game design and shitty like memes. The people who like Team Fortress 2 by a massive margin are not nearly as brainwashed to this shit when you compare, the people who spend all their time crying on Reddit. That's a fact. The vast majority of the player base, the people who actually like Team Fortress 2, the people who like it for what it is, they're not the ones pushing this cancer. They're not the ones brainwashed by it. Okay? This is another case of a small, vocal minority of people who believe that they should get to decide how the game should run. That we need massive sweeping changes to the entire game. See, they're very insidious, these people. They put on a mask and they come out and say, oh my god, I love TF2 so much. It's a heckin' timeless masterpiece. But at the same time, we need to do these massive changes to the game that are going to appeal to me personally. And we need to shit on the vision that was granted to us by the original TF2 dev team. We need to turn the game into something that it isn't. Because, well, look, we know better now. Because if we listen to me, the game is going to be better, right? And if you listen to me specifically, me, Mr. Internet Game Designer, I am going to transform this game for the better. Just trust me, bro. Just trust me. This is another case of that. And, unfortunately, the problem is Valve has a history of not fucking actually listening to the will of the people, but listening to these vocal minorities of crybabies and internet game designers and fucking idiots who don't even like the game and try to turn it into something that it's not. But there's a silver lining here. Despite all of these crybabies who want to destroy the game's balance, it is actually extremely unlikely that Valve is ever actually going to do it. Not because they're smart. No. Valve has completely lost their touch. But I think they realize to some extent, the people who are still developing this game, I think they understand that it's better to not do anything. Because the last time they tried to do massive, drastic changes to the game and to the game's balance, it ended in complete fucking disaster. So they understand at this point that it's better to just not touch it, leave it be, because shit is going to get heavy again. That is good. That is good. It's a tragedy that we lost all of those unlocks and they got fucking destroyed. But at least the core balance of this game, the class design, that is not going to be completely raped, which is something to be happy about. And of course, let me just say, even though this video was focused on responding to idiotic anti-sniper comments, for every one of those, there was one from someone fighting a good fight and not trying to destroy this fucking game. And in light of recent humiliations, it's an honor to be joined by men. And not faggot-ass corn-holing cocksuckers that abandoned TF2 to make a fucking Smite ripoff. They should fucking die! Oh my god, is that a blue sniper chick? I've never seen that before in my life. These Valve guys, they're very original with their designs, bro. Holy shit.